Hello everyone, Galidorn back again, playing Raid Shadow Legends. Okay, so I just want to make this video before the fusion starts, and just give you my rundown. It's been quite a while since I posted a video. I've been taken up with the Titan event, and we'll get to that after I give my assessment and decision on the upcoming fusion, which of course was dropped right after the Titan event. No warning again. Raids becoming a little bit ridiculous with these things, coming with no breather and no forewarning on these things. I don't consider, a couple days before the fusion warm-up event telling you that there's a fusion coming up as any kind of real forewarning. And of course they start the fusion warm-up event well before the Titan event even ended, so literally just tacking one onto the other now with no room. So before getting into my take on it, which may be a foregone conclusion, let's just take a look at the champion that's coming in for the fusion and the companion champion. Because it's another one of those companion champion fusions. So if we look at the actual fusion champion, Esme the Dancer, as I usually do, I'll start with the aura and I'll move up through the passive and then the A3 to the A1. Okay, so speed in all battles, it's decent. It's run-of-the-mill speed in all battles, 19%. But in all battles is always a decent aura to have, so give her that. So the passive Beguiling moves. When hit, it's 15% chance of randomly changing the attacker's critical hits to weak, normal, strong hits. And if Moto of the Pearls on the same team, chance increases to 30%. So I think this is mainly a PvP ability, and you're going to see here that for PvP, you're going to need the companion Moto for her if you want to use her for PvP. And the active effect, it's a one-turn cooldown, so it's kind of acting all the time, I guess.
It's all the time!
Whenever this champion is hit, increases the turn meter of an ally with the highest attack by 50%, so push them onward.
Sweet zombie Jesus!
So it's a little bit of a unique passive, I guess. It's alright.
That's alright, we'll worry about that later.
The active effect has some usage throughout both PvP and PvE, I think. Passive, more PvP. So we go to the A3, Blessing of the Sands.
Blessed are the cheesemakers!
Places a 50% increased accuracy and 30% increased speed on all allies for 2 turns. Good buffs there. Has a 75% chance of removing all buffs from all enemies, so a bit of a stripper. And if Moto is on the same team, 75% chance of stealing all buffs. So of course it's all books, so 100%. So again, can be useful in PvP and PvE. I think without Moto, it's probably a better Hydra skill. And if Moto's on the team, then it can really have a lot of utility in the arena and PvP. A2 Earth Dancers, AoE. And I don't think she's a damager, I think she's mainly a debuffer here. 75% chance of placing 25% weaken and block buffs, debuff for 2 turns. Decreases turn meters of all enemies by 20%. Again, that's the PvP side. Whereas she might have some utility for Hydra, that's not going to work in Hydra. Moto of the Pearls on the same team steals 20% of each enemy's turn meter instead. So it's kind of like she's got a little bit of Armon's going on, a little bit. Kind of looks a little bit like Armon's sister too. And of course, the placing of the debuffs and the turn meter action all increases to 100%. Decent. And then Blade Juggler attacks one enemy, places 50% increase attack on all allies for 1 turn. So she's attack up. So it's a decent kit. She's not a trash champion. However, I mean, she's nothing like you look at and you go, oh wow, that's going to be a game changer for me. Which is always, what I'm looking at, assessing whether a fusion is worth it or not. So on her own, although a good champ, not something that I would be expending a lot of resources on if I didn't have a fat account, if I was, on the fence about it. This would be something I would wait on. Now, since she is a companion champ, let's look at her friend, Moto of the Peel. Now, as people have already pointed out, this is supposed to be the Hunchback of Notre Dame, Moto, of course, Quasimodo. And I can't remember the name of the character for the chick in Hunchback of Notre Dame. Yeah, give me a break. I ain't no literary fucking genius here. Anyway, I think it's Esmeralda, maybe. I think so. I think that's what it is. That's why it's Esme the Dancer. Anyway, that's who she is, and that's who he is. Now this guy is actually the better champ here, I think, because he fulfills the role of the damager, and if you put them together, I think they would be quite a duo in the PvP. So yeah, the aura is increasing ally attack all battles by 30%. Another all battles, big boost to the attack. So interesting enough, the aura is probably better in PvE than PvP. But I think if you put these on the same team, it would be Esme who's going to be going into the lead with speed. So Beloved Companion, the aura, the passive. Whenever this champion kills an enemy, places stun on the enemy with the highest turn meter for 2 turns. Occurs once per skill. Okay, so he's designed to kill, and then he'll stun the enemy champ that's going to go next on the next team. If Esme's on the same team, it'll ignore 50% of each enemy's resistance. Funny, you know, you think it should be defense, but okay, whatever. Also, if Esme's on the same team, places an intercept stack on this champion at the start of their turn. If she's on the team, it's going to make it difficult to CC him. So the A3, the Peel of Breaking, it's an AoE and ignores shield. Damage increases by 75% while attacking enemies under stone skin buffs. So that's the thing. He's all about, I said, breaking through the defenses, including the stone skin. So that's a very beneficial, obviously, PvP skill. If this attack removes one or more stone skin buffs, grants this champion an extra turn. Now it's interesting enough, ignoring 50% of each enemy's resistance because it's breaking the stone skin, it's not removing the stone skin. So I think that if the A3 was also gave a chance maybe to remove stone skin rather than just breaking through it, that would work more with the passive. So the A2 is another AoE, and it's got a stun debuff for 1 turn, books to 100%. So he's got a stun set going on his A2, and so he places an extra hit on enemies under stun. So I wonder if that means if he places the stun, do they get the extra hit? Or do they already have to be under a stun when he hits them? It's not quite clear there, actually. If Esme is on the same team, we'll always place an extra hit and ignore 20% of each enemy's defense. So that's a big skill there. I think this is probably going to be his main killing skill here. This is probably the one that hits the hardest. But again, 2 potential AoEs to really smash the enemy, and it's really boosted up if Esme's there. So like I said, if she is on the team with him and they're paired up in PvP, looks like it could really be something that you'd have to deal with.
Liking the deal. And
of course, the A1 attacks one enemy 2 times. Has 50% chance of placing the big version of decreased defense for 2 turns. So run-of-the-mill A1. So my take on it here is, as I've said, if the both of them are together, I think you have a good PvP duo for all the arenas. If it's just Esme the Fusion on her own, I think she has some potential for Hydra. But then again, a lot of champions have potential for Hydra. And for me, specifically for Hydra, there's a lot of other champs that I'd have in front of her that I'd want to develop for Hydra. I'm using for Hydra. And something is telling me that this might be another version of what we got with the Hansel and Gretel. And what that means is I'm getting the vibe that, if we remember, Hansel was made hardly available to anybody. Like, even if you were a spender in the game, they gave you a ridiculously small chance of getting Hansel.
Hansel? Hansel?
I have a feeling that this might be the same here, where you get a ridiculously small chance of getting Moto if you're going for Esme, and you need the 2 of them together to have any kind of real impact for her in PvP. And like I said, for PvE, I still have a lot of champs needing development, and I would have a place for her. So I think much the same is happening with Gretel for me now. She just kind of sits there, she's not being developed. So then the decision is I'm not doing this fusion. This is something that's easily skippable, I think. And I would advise you, if you're a free-to-play player, you know, unless you don't have a lot of champions, the great trap of Raid is getting, you know, champions and thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to use them, and then not using them, and you've, you know, wasted a lot of resources, and they just kind of sit there. Because it's casual free-to-play, really, you build your core teams, and you don't do a lot of experimenting with them, because that costs lots of gems and energy and whatnot. So you have to remember, when you're watching your content creators out there, and they're telling you this champion's great, this champion's great, remember, they've either got access to test servers, or they have, you know, the content creator packages or whatnot, or, you know, if they're not really free to play, they've got their own money sinking into it, and, you know, they have the time and the resources to be re-gearing champions, testing out in all kinds of comps and stuff like that. Anyway, the long short of it is, I don't think that she'd be much of a benefit to most people on her own, and I don't think that they're going to make it easy, if at all possible. I mean, call back to the Hansel situation.
Hansel.
I see him probably being given an active summon boost, maybe winning a tournament, that kind of thing.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
And if that's the case, it's highly unlikely you're going to get them. Now, of course, the second reason is that I'm very low on resources myself.
Aha!
So even if she was something worth going for, I don't think I would be able to do it, and I'd be being forced to skip it. Mainly because I'm still suffering the effects of the Christmas fusion and the last getting of the Mikage. And I've decided that I was going to pursue the Titan event up to the 4th tier, and I'm well within range of getting that, so I'll achieve my milestone here. And I was kind of wishy-washy on this before the fusion came out, and then when it came out, it just solidified that, yeah, okay, I'm going to spend whatever else resources I need to get up, get this legendary skill tome, and to get this very nice relic here, the Cat's Gaze. I said in my last video that I'm not pursuing anything in Milestone 5, mainly because I didn't go for the Mad Hatter, and so I wasn't really interested in getting his soul.
Can I help you? Getting a flask. What are you talking about, man?
And I knew that, you know, expending this much was not going to be something I was probably going to be able to do, really. As again, recovering. But I decided to expend the resources, not save them, to get these resources here. And I'm satisfied with that decision now that I've seen the fusion. So having said that, right now I stand at 920, I need 1,000. So 30 of that is coming from the fusion warm-up event. They were generous enough to give us teacup points in that 30. And despite not wanting to have to pull shards for this, now that the fusion's been announced and I'm not going for it, I am more of the mind that I'm going to pull shards. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to pull some and get my remaining 50 points from the champion chase. So I need another 1,050, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the void shards because there is 2 times going on, and I'm also going to pull Sabbatha right now because that'll give me 350 points. I'm keeping Vassal Chromax, I'll have Gronjar, so these will be kept for fusions in the future. By the time the next fusion rolls around, after Esme, I may have enough for Yakarl, so that'll give me 4 legendaries sitting there. Boosts up my chance greatly for the fusion after Esme. I'm going to summon Sabbatha here for the current champion chase, and then I'm going to exchange the remaining 75 fragments for more mod chests. So here we go, we're going to summon her right now. And exchange the rest. And see what these chests give me here. More mod frags. I'm not looking for mod frags now. And now it seems that's all I'm getting when I exchange these things with some other bullshit resources. Because, I mean, when you look at it, you can get some really, really nice resources in here. You can get a barrel, 5-star chicken, a beast, legendary books. And I have gotten some of these in the work up to getting mod, and now since I've got mod, I seem to be just getting the lower tier type of resources. So that's a disappointment. So as you can see here, I'm at 450, so that leaves me 700 points, which is 14 void shards if I pull all rares. So I'm willing to pull 14 of these. Let's do it. And of course, if I get a void legendary, then I think I'll stop, because that should give me the points I need. Well, not really. It's 650 points. So I'll probably pull a couple more. I think I'll pull maybe some ancient shards or even a sacred shard. I don't know. Once I get my legendary. If I get my legendary, I should say. So I'm going to do these 4, and then I think I'll do a 10 pop. Actually, no, I'm not going to do a 10 pop. I'm going to pull them all one at a time. So let's go. Let's do it. Rare. I'm sensing all rares here. Like I said, 14 of them will get me the points I need for the Teacup Titan. That's 2. 3. So I have to pull down to 11.
The numbers all go to 11.
It's 4, so we're going to do 10 more, I think. Jesus Christ, I'm losing track here. I got half-heimers, you know.
Dude, not cool!
Getting old, man. It would be nice to get a Void Epic anyway. Give me those 350 points. Whew. Fuck. Lots of purple chickens, though. Ooh! Don't want to be seeing this dude. Harrier. The boy band. Oh! Okay, here we go. It's Scrank. Okay, so that's 350 points. Okay, let's see how many I have to pull. 350. Oh! I got it. There we go. That's all I needed. I wonder, should I go on and get the other 150 points?
Do it.
I don't think so. I think we're good. Let's just check out what that 150 points would get me. Oh, a primal shard. You know what? I'm going to continue to pull. I'm going to continue to pull. It's 2 times void. By the time the next fusion rolls around, I should have my voids built back up. So what we're going to see here. See if I can get a void legendary. Well, I guess it's not such a far-fetched thing. I mean, void epics, there's only a small pool of them. And
So pick me. Choose me. So pick me. So choose me. Choose me.
bizarre, bizarre, bizarre. Well, okay, so I guess those can be books for Dawncaller Sabbatha. You know, she's not a bad champ. Alright, let's see where that put me. Ooh, look at that.
I've had all I can stand from you!
I'm very close. So let's continue pulling some void shards. Actually, I think... No, I don't have enough ancient. Let's continue pulling some void shards. Okay, so I think I need to pull 3 more. I'm getting all rares. Just let me check to make sure. I don't want to pull a void shard when I don't need to. Yeah, okay, 1 more void. Can I finish it off with a Lego? Nope. Lua Lua. Oh no! Alright, there we go. Save the energy for now. Claim this. Nice to get those relic crafting elements. Get this up very nice.
Nice.
Yep, and then once I finish the fusion event, I'll have the primal shard. So I would consider that a successful Titan event for me. Okay guys, so there it is, my take on the fusion. Not a very exciting one. Pulled some shards for you, not very exciting there. Showed you how the Titan event ended up. A little bit of a success for me there. Nothing to get too excited about. So anyway, I'll just sign off here. Hope you guys had a better shard opening session than I did. If you are deciding to go for the fusion, wish you great success with it. If you are on the fence about it, if you are, especially if you're casual free-to-play and you are kind of thin on resources and wondering if you should, I would advise against it. Not really worth it. I don't think they're going to make Moto easy. I'm getting a sense, again, that it'll be another Hansel type thing. And if it's not, it'll still be hard to get them. But if you want to, go for it, and I wish you all the best. Hope that you are enjoying the game otherwise, and hope all is well in your life. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.